Hey guys, welcome back to The Mind of Brandon, and welcome back to another Thursday Theory. As indicated by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about how to rid the world of criminal behavior. Now I want to start by establishing that the concept of criminal behavior can actually be pretty vague and subject to interpretation. What kinds of behaviors, more specifically, are we referring to as criminal behaviors? Are we talking about behaviors that are illegal? Or maybe we're talking about behaviors that are immoral? Maybe we're talking about something else. I don't know what you're thinking of, but for the sake of today's video, I'm talking about behaviors that are illegal. Keeping in mind, of course, that different cultures have different laws, and so a behavior that's criminal in one culture is not necessarily going to be considered criminal in another. But we also have to keep in mind that while we're talking about behaviors that are illegal, those laws are essentially political manifestations of various arbitrary subjective codes of ethics. Or in other words, we do not arrive at these man-made laws through any kind of objective scientific empiricism. It's based really on personal opinions, experiences, biases, and cultural indoctrination. In fact, very often, a law is just kind of handed down from one culture to another. Cultures, of course, very often branch out into subcultures, and so we will inherit the traditions, we will pass along the ancient folk ways of doing things. And it turns out that the earliest written law code was written by ancient ignoramuses thousands of years ago who were worshipping the wind and the moon. So it shouldn't be too much of a shock that when you look at the earliest written law code, there's a law on there against practicing sorcery. So useless laws go all the way back to the earliest written law code known to us. I'm not trying to say that all laws are useless, of course, but let's face it, even to this day, some laws leave a lot of us sort of scratching our heads wondering, why the hell is that illegal? What could possibly justify fining someone for expired license plate tabs? Oh, it's okay if you drive around a car that burns ozone-depleting fossil fuels. That's fine, but God forbid your tabs are expired. What could possibly justify locking up a 40-year-old for having consensual sex with a horny adolescent 15-year-old? So what? What could possibly justify imprisoning someone for possession of marijuana? So what? So there really are some very stupid laws in existence in one culture or another that really have no practical use whatsoever and might even do more to harm society than they do to help society. So in our attempt to rid the world of criminal behavior, part of what I'm advocating here is that some of the behaviors that are currently considered to be criminal behaviors, well, we no longer consider them to be considered criminal behaviors. We decriminalize those behaviors. That's part of the process. We have to get rid of stupid laws, okay? That being said, there are some laws that I support. Take, for example, laws against murder, rape, and thievery. Mainly because I don't want anyone to murder, rape, or steal from me. I'm guessing you guys probably feel the same way. You probably don't want anyone to murder, rape, or steal from you. That being said, having a law against a certain behavior, it's not perfect. It doesn't really solve the problem. It's better than nothing. You know, it's a good start. It makes people less likely to commit that act if that act is illegal. You know, they think, well, maybe I shouldn't do that because I don't want to get in trouble, right? So it's a good start. It's better than nothing. But at the same time, every now and then, people still commit these illegal acts. Maybe they think they can get away with it, or maybe they just don't care about the consequences. So since we do not live in some ancient kingdom from thousands of years ago, and instead live in the modern age of science and technology, then it stands to reason that we should apply the scientific method for social concern. Address these criminal behaviors on a more technical level. We need to ask questions. why are people committing these criminal acts? What are their motives? Okay? So, when someone's pulling money out of an ATM machine and someone else comes along and kills them and steals that money, it's not really too hard to figure out what the motive is there. We don't need to worry about what is it more specifically they want to buy with the money. That's really looking too far into it. The problem here is that we're in a system where the things we need cost money. Things like food, clothing, shelter, medicine, education, transportation, entertainment, plumbing, electricity. Okay, these things cost us money. As long as we perpetuate that archaic way of doing things, we're not going to be able to rid the world of criminal behavior, are we? Okay? We need to develop a system in which these things are just kind of made available to people without a price tag. As I've talked about in other videos, if we declare the earth and its resources as the common heritage of all the world's people, we can update everyone in the world to present-day knowledge. We can update everyone to the present state of science and technology. And so, through the intelligent management of the earth and its resources, we can automate all the jobs that nobody wants to do. All the jobs that people are only willing to do if you pay them. So, through the process of automation, we can give everyone in the world access to clean air, water, food, clothing, shelter, medicine, education, transportation, entertainment, plumbing, and electricity, all without a price tag. Because, of course, you don't have to pay machines. Now, contrast that with the present system. This system where the things we need cost us money. How do we get that money? Well, typically it's from working our asses off. Slaving away, slaving away, slaving away day after day. Now, how is that any way to go through life? It's no wonder that every now and then someone gets stressed out and kills someone. Or maybe they kill a whole bunch of people. Maybe they shoot up an office or a school or something like that. Maybe they go out and they rape someone. Now, one of the problems we're up against here is the public education system, or what I like to call the subjugation system, since that's what it really is. It has very little to do with teaching students relevant skills that'll actually come in handy and make their lives easier. It has more to do with teaching them how to follow orders and do what they're told. Not that it's completely useless. I did pick up some basic reading and writing and arithmetic skills, but for the most part what was being taught was fluff. Stuff that wasn't interesting and wasn't particularly necessary or useful. The kind of stuff that you might take interest in, researching later in life, learning about it on your own time, but it's not really necessary for shoving it down the throats of prepubescent children. So in the time that they were wasting on all this fluff, they were neglecting to teach us certain skills that would actually be handy in crime prevention. Let me put it this way. An expert pickup artist and master seducer has little to no reason to ever rape someone, especially if the people they're practicing their skills on have also been properly educated. So part of what's required in ridding the world of criminal behavior is that young students are educated on proper pickup, how to build their confidence and strike up conversations with complete strangers and get their phone numbers, how to properly court, date, seduce, and maintain healthy relationships, how to handle rejection, how to rid themselves of any kind of scarcity mindset about what options are available to them. Hypothetical scenario. In the present system, someone violates a custody agreement. Now, what that communicates to me is that there was a couple that had children and then split up. Another thing that communicates to me is that they were not properly educated on dating and maintaining healthy relationships. They probably rushed into a long-term committed monogamous relationship before they were actually ready for one because they didn't know what they were doing. If you're in a relationship that has domestic abuse or child abuse, that is not a healthy relationship. Obviously, someone is lacking proper education in this area, proper conditioning. If a man or a woman murders their boyfriend or girlfriend for cheating on them, clearly neither party was ready for a long-term committed monogamous relationship. They probably rushed into one before they were ready, before they knew what they were doing. And what if someone's a stalker? If someone's a stalker, then they probably have a scarcity mindset. They're putting someone up on a pedestal. This is someone who has not been properly educated. So what about the trafficking of sex slaves? Well, in a system where people are educated on how to properly seduce women, a system where there's no money because it's been rendered obsolete, a system where people can have access to sex dolls or sex robots, I don't see why in the system I'm advocating there would be such a thing as sex slaves. Do let me know if you guys feel that maybe there's something I neglected to adequately address in this video, but basically I'm of the attitude that in the system I'm advocating, where we get rid of stupid laws and we give everyone access to the things they need without a price tag, you'll render the monetary system obsolete. This, of course, includes giving people access to a relevant education, giving people a better education, better conditioning people how to relate to one another, etc. In such a system that has these technical solutions to our age-old problems, we really can rid the world of criminal behavior. That's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with other people. If you're interested in watching my future videos, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next one. So have a good one, guys, and peace.